Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds remain. Radiance ban.
Well, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to this, the Giant Bomb Dota 2 Community Tournament. And this match features Cheese Lump versus Magic is Might. Both teams coming into this game after losses on their previous games, I believe. The tournament so far, these teams stand at 0-7 now, I believe, for Cheese Lump, if I'm to be correct about their previous defeat.
Turn to royally screwed up.
And Magic is Might have a win and a loss
Radiant team are now picking.
on their scorecard. And looking at the picks and bans, well, Void is banned and Viper is banned by Magic is Might. Cheese Lump have chosen the Lycan and Doom as bans, and they've picked up Death Prophet as their initial
10
pick
seconds to pick.
in this picking stage of the
5
match.
seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Magic is Might have chosen Shadow Shaman.
You still haven't reached a conclusion. Clearly, Dota is the right game for you.
And second pick, Cheese Lump, straight into their reserve time.
Dire team pick.
And they choose Mirana. Magic is Might
Dire's ban.
pick up a Razor. These are some pretty strong heroes. Mirana we haven't seen as much as we used to see in the
Radiance ban.
tournament and pro scene, as it were, but still a very versatile hero. Mirana can play a support or an offlane or a carry, and as I think I might have repeated on a previous cast, I saw the new Na'Vi with Vanscore, who's an ex-Team Empire player that's now joined Na'Vi, do a very nice job on a support Mirana. So Mirana's a good initial pick for a team because it doesn't really give too much away, because Mirana can be played in all these different positions, so you kind of can't ban against you know, an offlaner, say, or a carry, because Mirana could take any one of those roles, and you could be misjudging
5 seconds.
what the Mirana pick actually means. Now, Razor is a super strong hero, especially in the early and the mid game, and given an Aghanim Scepter and some items to increase his tank and a good run in the early part of the match, Razor can be such a hard hero to play against, not least because of his static link spell that drains all of your damage, or maybe not all of it, sometimes all of it, sometimes more than all of it, and lends that to Razor for a quite a lengthy duration. So you can become powerless in his presence when he connects his static link to you. And we have some more bans. We have Bane banned from Magic is Might,
Only 10
and
seconds.
an Enigma ban. What do they seem to have against largely purple heroes? Well, certainly Bane's a very tricky hero to play against
Reserve time.
with his spells, and similarly with Enigma, excellent team player, as it were, with his Black Hole and Midnight Pulse, etc.
Radiant team pick.
But they won't be seen by to be played by either team in this match. Tidehunter's banned, and sorry, excuse me. Nature's Prophet is banned by Cheese Lump, and Bristle is picked by him, a very sturdy character who is able to shake off up to 40% of any damage cast on him when he turns his back onto it. And Brewmaster, another tanky hero, picked for Magic is Might. Brew's fantastic in a team fight. He has a stun, and he has a crit, and he also has a spell that gives his opponents a mischance against their attacks against him, and then he can split into 3 pandas all with full health. So when he gets low in a team fight, if he activates his primal split in the right way, then he can then become 3 different versions of himself, all with full health and ready to fight again, and they can inherit various properties, various of his other spells that he has if he gets an Ags built on Brew, and that seems to be the trend, the way people are building Brew these days. Centaur War Runner, another hugely tanky hero. This is an amazingly tanky team going out from Magic is Might, perhaps barring the Shadow Shaman, but Centaur War Runner has a double edge, which is a small area of effect damage, which also damages Centaur War Runner, so you kind of have to be careful when doling out the double edge punishment to watch your own health. And he has a Hoof Stomper, another stun spell, and then his ability to charge in and out of battle, his Stampede, which affects everyone on his team. So that's a good way that if he hits off a Stampede on one side of the map, then maybe a teammate of his that's getting ganked on the other side of the map can have all the speed to evade that gank and get out of danger. So that's a kind of a double use ultimate ability for Centaur War Runner. It's fairly low cooldown too. Vengeful Spirits picks up for Cheese Lump. He's a very handy as a support hero, and there have been times when Vengeful Spirit's been picked up as a carry. Has a fairly useful stun, but her primary weapon is this ability to swap herself with another team member and get them in the centre of her team. Now obviously the downside to that is she will then go where the other team member was, so if it's in a team fight, then Vengeful Spirit might end up being somewhere that she didn't want to be. And also has a sort of a damage aura, which potentially can push creep waves and might not necessarily be desirable for Vengeful Spirit, but certainly giving extra damage to all of the team in an area around yourself can't really be a bad thing. And Crystal Maiden picked up
reserve time,
oftentimes for the actual extra mana that she can give the whole team, but she also has some useful stuns and a potentially deadly sort of channeled ultimate ability. Earthshaker picked up as the final pick for Magic is Might, and we've often seen Earthshaker played as a support hero, but in some circumstances Earthshaker can be a core. Perhaps not in this team. I mean, it looks like Brew and the Centaur War Runner are going to be the 2 cores. Maybe Centaur's going to go off lane, maybe Brew's going to go mid, or potentially Razor could go mid, and Brew could farm up in the safe lane. We just don't know, not at the moment. Introducing the teams, we have Dr. Duster playing the Shadow Shaman, and Majuji on the Razor, Flaboeri on the Earthshaker, and he's currently being sponsored by Pornhub. I don't know how he got that sponsorship. Captain Kirby, sponsored by Nintendo, and he's on the Centaur War Runner, and it looks like he's going to be doing the solo off lane, and it is going to be Brew going mid. For Team Cheese Lump, or Chlump, we have Death by Wookiee first on the Death Prophet, and we have 3 members of the Radiant Cheese Lump up in the Dire Jungle, and they're placing some Observer and some Sentry wards in the jungle to block creep camps and to check to see who's coming in the Radiant Jungle, see if there's any ganks that they could miss out on. But it's Zeal playing on the Vengeful Spirit, and Blossom on the Mirana, and Gerbil Warfare on the Crystal Maiden. And going it alone on the Radiant safe lane. On the bottom lane we have Blackwall, who has chosen the Bristleback hero. So there's a kind of a 1v1 matchup potentially here on the Radiant side, with Bristle versus Centaur War Runner, and Centaur places an observer ward quite late on, but that's going to make it last. Just to spot any incoming Radiant ganks. And I just went back to the desktop, so I'm sorry about that. I have some stream delaying software that seems to be occasionally just dropping me back to the desktop. I'm hoping that you Twitch viewers didn't see that. You'd probably just get a freeze frame in my Dota view, but a little bit of a technical hiccup from this beta XSplit software that I'm using. If anyone has any answers for that, then send them to me on a postcard, please. It tends not to happen more than once every couple of hours, so I'm hoping that I won't get these sort of interruptions again. Kind of alarming. We have a tri-lane, an offensive tri-lane maybe, against a defensive tri-lane for the Dire on the top lane, and if any action is going to come in the early game, it may well come from this 6-on-6 action here on the Dire top lane. Bringing up the last hits and denies, we have Brewmaster topping those charts, while Death Prophet has won the Battle of the Runes, and Centaur War Runner looks like he's been going one-on-one to a Bristleback, and they both are quite scratched up from that fight, but Bristleback took the worst of it, and Centaur War Runner gets the starting gold. Is that right? Yeah, I think so, and he has already been able to get some Tranquil Boots, so he can heal up, which is honestly quite necessary that he has some health regen items on him because of his double edge, which damages Centaur War Runner in the same way as it damages his opponents. I'm not sure it's quite as much, and I think the damage scales down as the spell scales up, but still something to watch out for if you're a Centaur player. The top three farmers at the moment are all on Magicka's Might team, so they seem to be getting off to a fairly good start. However, Cheese Lump, Gerbil Warfare and Zeal are running up into the Dire jungle, and they see Dr. Duster on the Shadow Shaman, and can they do anything to stun or... Not quite yet, but the Radiant side have got 3 stuns, but Crystal Maiden's going very low, and I think they might be chasing after her, but Crystal Maiden's running away as fast as she can, which isn't very, but instead Shadow Shaman shackles Vengeful Spirit, and Vengeful Spirit goes down, and we have on the bottom lane, I'm missing out, Blackwall very low. What a charitable team Cheese Lump are. They're being quite amusing in the lobby, and they look like they're here to have a good time. I'm not sure they're particularly concerned about their score record. I think they're just here to enjoy themselves and play against some other teams in a tournament, and the attitude is much appreciated, I can say. But we have another attack. We have a Fissure laid down, which kind of traps Mirana in place. Can't get out. Earthshaker was placed a very nice Fissure across her path, her exit, and didn't really stand much of a chance there against the Razor. Was it the Razor that got that kill? 1-0 and 2. Earthshaker's 2-0 and 1. Zeal being frank and honest about the team's current ability level. I'm not sure I believe that. And Razor skilling up most of the skill points going into static link so far, level 5, but nearly at level 6, and we'll see if Razor then chooses to skill the ultimate ability, the Eye of the Storm, or whether there's going to be sort of any more points stuck in the plasma field or the static link. 1 point in unstable current at the moment. That's I'm not sure if that's unusual or not. I might not have done that, but then again, I am really terrible at Dota, so bad the bots sometimes rage crit on me, but so I'm not really fit to comment on play styles or builds. But we do have a big gank coming into Death Prophet, and the game's just quit to the desktop again, but I'm back in there, but I just saw Crystal Maiden go down too, and that was a tremendously successful gank with a seemingly a panda split, and yeah, and that definitely hurt Death Prophet. Stunned in place, not much he could do about that, and there's a little bit of damage to the Radiant mid Tower 1. In the meantime, Zeal on the Vengeful Spirit, half health, and Shadow Shaman's shackled. Razor has plasma fielded, and that's the end of Venge, and we have a 7-0 lead in terms of kills and death, at least, to the Magic is Might team. And now dare to look at the XP graph, and they're approaching 4,000 XP in the lead, and the gold graph indicates a similar curve and a similar amounts, 4,000. Centaur Warrunner just got down, so that's the first kill on the board there for Cheese Lump, and I missed that one, and that's rather unfortunate. I really would have liked to have seen their first kill. 1-7, they're kind of bringing this game back a little bit. Very chatty in the team chat. Very nice to see such good sportsmanship in Dota.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
And we see
Dire's middle tower taking
Brewmaster
damage.
bottling up a double damage rune. So, and he then pops the double damage rune
Dire's bottom
and running
tower
mid,
under fire.
probably trying to
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
catch Death Prophet's retreat, and immediately stomps. And now these really punishing under the tower, diving in. These hugely powerful punches, 75 plus 99, that's 174 if my maths is correct, and that's quite a large amount for such an early stage of the game. The damage is strong with Brewmaster. And Death Prophet, of course, in the lore doesn't want to revive, but revives endlessly, and that's the thing that makes her depressed, and she just wants to die. And she's not getting her wish, she's not being able to stay dead. She will respawn and come back into this fight. And Centaur Warrunner just got Bristleback on the lane, but Death Prophet's come back, and she has exorcismed or exorcised. That doesn't sound right. And she's heading for the bottom towers to see if her ghosts can get any attack damage on it. But she's a little bit far back, and there's an Earthshaker Fisher that's kind of preventing her, barring her way to get any attack damage. And also the creeps are still preventing, and there's just the one Radiant creep remaining at the tower, so she might need to wait for another wave, and the next creep wave's just coming up. And Venge and Death Prophet going on, but the ghosts have now returned to Death Prophet. And we have someone TPing in from the Dire side, and it's a Centaur, and the Centaur stomps and double edges, and that's the end of Venge. Death Prophet in retreat now. No, she's not. Another crit swarm, but then she has to stand for another Fisher, but that Fisher also blocks access to Death Prophet. Meanwhile, Bristleback, low on health, retreating past his tower. And in the top lane, Crystal Maiden and Mirana still seeing if they can make a dent on this dire T1 tower. Well, with Razor's Plasma Field keeping them at bay. And the threat of Shadow Shaman Shackle They're kind of keeping back. We can see another dive here from Brewmaster with looking like he had an image. Maybe he had an illusion rune popped. Venge seeing that off with her, what's that spell called? Her magic missile. Her stun. A couple of TPs out, all TPs to mid. And they arrive just in time for a panda split and a stomp, and Venge is getting low down on health, but Bristleback doesn't care. He's manning up and he's going in, and he's already got one of the pandas down, but he's been cast into the air by the blue panda, I think, but the blue panda's gone down as well. The green panda is now returned and recombined into the Brewmaster, who takes a swig out of his bottle and has a bit of health. Brewmaster has his blink and has some phase boots. And is there a defence coming? Another exorcism coming out from Death Prophet to push this tower. Is there going to be a defence coming? Or Shadow Shaman is coming in, and Centaur War Runner's coming in. And has Centaur War Runner got a blink? He has got a blink. And there's a blink and a stun, and the Centaur War Runner blows up, and Shadow Shaman's gone down as well. So it looks like Cheese Lump are kind of doing some damage in this fight, but not until Earthshaker comes down, and there's a team wipe now. So the 3 remaining members of Magic is Might have seen off that challenge to the Dar T1 tower and waiting for their next creep wave to come in, and it looks like they're going to be attacking with Razor and his ultimate, his Eye of the Storm ability. Not doing damage to towers yet. He hasn't got his Aghanim Scepter. It's only 12 minutes into the game, and the Radiant Tower 1 tower is about to fall. 3 to 15. And a dire Observer Ward indicating a regeneration rune, which Brew is going to rush for. And I think they're going to continue their journey on down to the bottom tower, where Radiant have all TP'd in, and now Mirana, who's level 6 but didn't pick up a Moonlight Shadow as yet. They're coming in there waiting for this attack. But Brew's just blinked in and being socked out by Venge, but there was a double edge, I think, there by Captain Kirby, and he's very low on health, but he's escaped the battle, and Shadow Shaman's gone down. Death Prophet's wailing on the panda. Crystal Maiden's frozen him, but the panda splits again, and we have 3 full health pandas. This is desperately unfair when you're playing against panda, when you think you might have got him down to practically nothing, and then he comes along and he just gets Crystal Maiden, just pummels her. And again, this is amazing health management here from the Centaur War Runner, who just comes out with these attacks and runs off at very low health. And with 2 team members down from Team Cheese Lump, the attack on the bottom tower continues. And we have Death Prophet with her exorcism, but that doesn't do enough damage, and she gets popped. And they're chasing Bristleback. Venge comes in to try and stop them, but she's not doing anywhere near enough damage, and they get her, but there's a blink in there from the panda, and is he going to run under the tower? Bristleback, very tanky hero, and when he's got his back to you, he is mitigating 24% of the damage that you can do to him, and he escapes with his life. So very well done, Bristleback, for getting away. But the rest of the team kind of got mullered whilst they were trying to defend his exit. Or certainly, I think that was a Crystal Maiden and Death Prophet did. So the score is 21-5 now for Magic is Might, and the game is definitely going their way, but we've only got 2 towers down so far at this stage of the game, so we still need to achieve a few more objectives. Sorry, that was 1 tower down we had, and that now it's 2 towers. We have some mass serpent wards being put down by Dr. Duster on this tower. Is that going to be 3 towers down? Yes, of course it is, and the Death Prophet's really getting attacked by these serpents, and her Crypt Swarm doesn't seem to damage them at all. I think they are immune to magic damage. I don't think they appear as targets in Dota, and I think I've just missed another kill. A Brewmaster on Mirana. So sorry about that. I didn't know whereabouts on the map that happened. And it looks like Bristleback's running away again. Bit of nasal goo comes out to slow the panda down, but he doesn't account for the panda blink, and right under the Radiant Tower, panda's just walloping away, and Bristleback goes down. Crystal Maiden trying to see off some of those images, but we have another panda split and a rock is thrown with very nice panda management here. Nice micromanagement of all the different abilities on the different pandas. And that's Vengeful Spirit gone. And Mirana gets caught out as well, and there's a big Echo Slam come out and that, and then a final wallop there. And I think the Brewmaster got that final hit, but Death Prophet, there's
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
a defensive exorcism in the base, but these ghosts aren't getting any damage on anything that they need to. And they're into the T2 bottom tower, and the Serpent Wards have gone down on this tower, and when Shadow Shaman has got his Serpent Wards up, the towers just are not safe. But they managed to fend off that attack, and it seems like Magickas might have disengaged here, and could they be looking to go for a Roshan? Not at this stage, but Cheese Lump have decided to go as a 4. Oh no, they've backed off a little bit. They're going to go across the river, but there are 3 there, and there's a swap come out. The Vengeful Spirit now is on the Radiant side, but there's a stomp and a double edge come out, and then that's Mirana gone down, and Crystal Maiden's being beaten on there by the Centaur Warrunner, who's been slowed by this gob, but now frozen as well. But a hoof stomp, and Bristleback goes down, and Centaur Warrunner again manages to escape with just a little sliver of health left, and Death Prophet now is caught up in the middle of 4 heroes, not in the best place, and there's another panda split, and has a rock thrown at her and stuns, and that's the end of Death Prophet. 31-5. So there's some rampaging going on. Still have all 3 of the T2 towers intact on the Radiant side, and we have all but one of the towers intact on the Dire team. But looking at the XP and the gold charts, we have XP in excess of approaching 25,000, and a 20,000 gold lead for Team Magickas Might, and it looks like they're definitely on for a win in this game, unless Cheese Lump can pull something drastic out of the bag and really start winning the next few team fights at least, and getting them tiles down. Well, we have Razor out of place here, and we have a whole team running in, but Razor is moving away, and now with the 3 points in the unstable current, that increases the speed of Razor. Razor's out of there. Panda Bear now has his Aghanim Scepter, and he's been making really good use of that Aghanim Scepter, and being able to offload the spells from his individual pandas when he goes into his panda split. And Death Prophet's Exorcism just didn't last very long, because she was knocked down before she had a chance to get any effects, and now Mirana's being static linked and beaten on down by Razor, but yeah, Razor got that kill. And in the meantime, Shadow Shaman, I think with his Serpent Wards on the middle tower, sees to that tower, and Shadow Shaman with a blink. Just want to have a look at the items for the teams as we see them attack this bottom T2 tower. And you can see here the difference in items. We have a whole load of luxury items. We have Sacred Relics, which has turned into a Radiance for Razor, and a Midas as well. We have pipes, blinks, ag scepters, and all sorts for Team Magic is Might, and not that many items on Team Cheese Lump. It's amazing what money can buy you. But we have another panda split going on, and the Radiant side seem to be evaporating under this rather huge amount of damage coming out from Team Magic is Might, and the very good micromanagement on Panda, and we have a GG call here. It's 40 kills to 5 when the barracks is just getting destroyed, and we have yeah, quite an entertaining match, a little bit lopsided, and we have some fantastic results. We have a perfect score there for Brewmaster with 11 kills and 0 deaths, and another for Earthshaker, who really contributed well and has had some splendid fishers in that match, and 10 and 0 to him, and Razor with 8 and 1. You can see the level advantage. The Magic is Might, you know, a lot of the heroes are double the level that the Cheese Lump heroes are, but Cheese Lump taking it with very good grace, and it was a nice entertaining match, and it was good fun to cast. I think there's some more matches for the Giant Bomb Community Tournament coming up later on today, and certainly later on this weekend, and certainly over the next week. Well, that's a very sweet message there from Cheese Lump member that thanking me for what little I've done to help this tournament along. But there's plenty more to see, plenty more to do, and there's some opportunities to get involved in this tournament on all different sides. If you're an administrator type, or you enjoy casting, then you can try and get in contact with Blackmore Do the Manta Ray, or Do the Manta Ray as he's called in Giant Bomb, and you can ask him about any opportunities. It's too late to have teams enter, because we've had 17 teams enter already, and 17 teams competing in a round robin. That's 136 games to schedule and then to administer. So we have quite a lot to do over the next while. But I think this is our this marks 95 more games to be played now, and so we've made a healthy dent into the team versus team battle. On this occasion, Magic is Might proved much too strong for Cheese Lump, and congratulations to Magic is Might for winning. I've been Diz, and thanks for listening to the stream, and I hope you listening to a few more Giant Bomb Community streams. And you can also catch all the replays, or certainly most of them, on our YouTube page, which is listed on the giantbomb.com website. Cheers, thanks, bye.